Okay, so today I will be talking about sexism. Sexism is just a belief that there is a superior sex. Most of the time, this is the idea that men are superior to women. This causes a prejudice and discrimination towards women, which then links to stereotypes and gender roles. So this would look like a man working all day and being the breadwinner, and the woman staying home all day and taking care of the children and cooking and cleaning and making sure that the house looks good for him when he comes home. And while like sexism can affect anyone, it mainly targets women. So sexism looks like the following. Gender stereotyping is just one of those really common ones, in the sense that like you should be a woman and you should stay home and you should cook and clean, and women should make less because they're a woman. Those kind of stereotypes that we hear quite often. It also looks like unwanted sexual commentary. So if you're a woman and you've experienced unwanted sexual commentary, it's more so going to happen when you're walking down the street and a man drives by in his car and cat calls you, or you are minding your business in a store and a man comes up to you and makes unwanted comments about your body. It also looks like jokes about things about what it means to be a real woman. And this means, in the sense that being a real woman is that you're married at a young age, like 20, 21-ish area, and that you are conceiving children and staying home and taking care of them. These are just images that I thought were really interesting. So the first one with the escalator, it shows that men have an easier path than women do to reach the top. The next image in the middle is just back to that idea of looking like a real woman that I discussed, staying home, cooking, taking care of the kids, cleaning, and sometimes even working from home as a full-time job. Um, and then on the right, you have an image of three men and a woman playing tug of war, and it shows that corporate ladder for women is just harder because there are less women in the positions of power. And these are just statistical findings for women who experience sexism. So there's sexual harassment in the workplace. And it shows that 25% of all women have just been subjected to sexual harassment at work. There's quite a bit of women, considering there's a large population of women in the workforce. And then you can look at the inequality in workplace by gender, and that you can see that on average, 42 women per 22 men experienced any type of discrimination at work that are listed below. So this means earning the same wage, being treated as if you're not like competent enough to complete your job, or even feeling isolated or denied a promotion because of your gender. Here's some more statistical findings. There's 49 countries that don't protect women from domestic violence, which is quite a few. And then women just face high levels of sexual harassment in workplaces, and it shows that the pay gap is not anywhere near closed. And the picture on the left shows that since 2015, the pay gap has only decreased by 7 cents, which is insane. After this, I'll talk about the basic information. So there's just 6 types of sexism that I'm found. The first one being hostile sexism. This is just that maintaining idea of male dominance. There's benevolent sexism, which is the idea to like protect women because they're quote unquote weak. The ambivalent sexism is a combination of hostile and benevolent. So, like a male dominant person protecting a woman because he thinks she's incapable of protecting herself. Interpersonal sexism, which is just someone being judged for not aligning with their gender stereotype. And then internalized sexism is when you've been so exposed to sexism that the beliefs that those are being that okay, so the beliefs that are being projected onto you are now becoming the beliefs about yourself. So, say someone projects the idea that you're a weak woman and you can't take care of yourself and he needs to take care of you. If he continues to project that onto you, you've been exposed to that. And if you're exposed continuously towards that idea, it will soon become internalized sexism towards yourself. And then there's institutional sexism, which is just media, healthcare, where they reinforce the idea of sexism, and like in healthcare, women have less success with their doctors and they're less heard than their male counterparts. Also that is like with work and your job, in the sense that like maybe you lost out a promotion because a man also applied for the promotion and they're like, he's a man, let's give him the job. And then just most people who deal with sexism also face double standards, in the sense that like you're a woman, with the idea of because you're a woman, you should stay home and follow that ideology of like being a perfect woman and staying at home and cooking and cleaning. And it's just more subtle as well than it used to be. It's also more frequent than what we think it is. So things that we should do in order to move forward is continue to protest for equal rights and equal pay and equal everything, because women are just as capable. And continuing feminism and continuing to educate those who are uneducated about the equality gap between men and women. Just not forcing, but educating properly and trying to put that idea out for more people to help diminish this idea of sexism in the workplace and in modern day life. And then a couple things that you can do, like to be an ally, is to listen. So you can listen to those who are facing discrimination and sexism, and just listen to their experiences and be there for them. You can show up. So this means showing up at a rally, showing up at a protest, and supporting those who need the support. And then the most important, I think, is to recognize your privilege and stay engaged with the community. And basically what this means is like, if you have a female friend who is facing sexism in the workplace and you're her male counterpart in the workplace, don't diminish what is happening to her. Overall, I think that like sexism was this idea that was created way back when and still continues to show up today, in which it shouldn't, because I think that women are just as capable as their counterparts. But other than that, that's what I have for you guys on sexism. Thank you for listening, and here's my references.